Hey guys, Susan here, back again. I haven't quite finished this, but I'm going to be doing something different. I've been pottering around in the background and I put this against my piece and I wasn't 100% happy with it, and then I texted Corinne, showed her, and she's like, made a few suggestions. Thanks, Corinne. It means more work, but this is not going to go to waste. That's going to go onto this piece here. You're getting a bit of a sneak peek. I haven't put this video up. So the colors seem to match this better, and this is going to go on here as well. So this is more like a monogram. Still got to do the white in there like I've done here, the leaves, but it's mostly done, and I think it's absolutely beautiful. But it just didn't work with my piece, and when I show you what I've got, you'll understand why. So I've felt like a little seamstress, so I'll just pause it and then I'll bring it over and show you. Okay, here we go. I changed out the pin for this little one here, and this was a bit of sari silk I had. I think I may have like it was wrapped around something, and I actually tore it in half. It was twice the width of that, ironed it out, and then with the bits that come off, stitched it back together and had one longer piece. So this is the piece that is like the vest that's around. I sewed, there was originally buttons, as you can see. I sewed that down, and I've put down the lace to extend that. It sort of gives it that real French, like look. And I was going to put the monogram here, and as you can see, it would have been too big. It just didn't work. So I've just got that, and I was going to use this, and I've got one that side and I've got one this side. So I was going to use that, but then I cut it in half, and I thought, well, these are going to be for future prompts. And I've also got, I'll just turn it around, I've got this whole back, even though you don't see the back of it. You can see in my big messy room with all my fabric pack everywhere. So I've got a fair bit of real estate. Turn it around again, but I really do love how it looks. So the color palette's going to change because the top of it is actually this really soft pink color, so I wanted to bring in that. And then this, you can see, it's really pretty. It's got little pearls, and I'm going to change out the buttons. I'm going to have little soft pink ones. Yeah, and so I'll even probably have stuff stitched in there, hidden, like little compartments. So this will probably end up going back in my bedroom. So yeah, well, anyway, I'll pause it. I'm just going to take this off, work that on there, and then I will stitch it on there. So I'll probably take this piece off and bring it down here. Okay guys, I really love it. It's going to be very, very special and pretty. Okay, I am back again, and I have zoomed in, but I reckon I could probably zoom in a tad more, to be honest. Have that up there. Go as low as I can. Okay, so there we go. And what I did, I've got, where is it? I used this, and I didn't, that's the S I used on this one. And when I initially did it, it didn't look quite right, so I had to go a bit further to make it look more like an S. And now that it's mostly done, it looks not so bad, but I wasn't real fussed on it. So what I did is I got the E, and just with the pencil, where are we, I just went along there and sort of created my own little piece. And so I've got a different color palette now, and this, I've actually got some, this is from a wedding dress that I was lucky enough to purchase, and I think I only paid $10 for it. It was really dirty, and then I washed it. So it's got these bits on the top. And I just thought this was perfect. I don't know if you can see it. I'll put it underneath my hand so you can see it. It just looked like something that had a monogram in it. Looked really pretty. I might even end up putting something on there. So it's got this organza-y feel about it. So I've got picked out like white bits and pieces and roses and flowers, so I'll probably be delving into that one. And then I've got another pack where I've got some like pinks and different colours, so that's going to be my colour palette for this one. And then also here just grabbed out sort of more softer ribbon embroidery. The darkest I'll probably go would be that. I like that because it's sort of got a bit of cream and that sort of goldy. So what I'm going to do is that's actually stitched onto there. This is a bit that I was looking through, and this is just a scraggly old little piece, and I straightened it up a little bit, and it just fitted perfect to where I wanted it to go. I made it nice and small. So what I am going to do is, this is the beautiful Made in France. This is that beautiful DMC really pretty stuff. I tested it out on here that I got in Paris. So extra special. This is the one that I divided between me, Corinne, and my friend. I gave her some too. It is really good because it gives you that gold look that you're after without being such a pain to stitch, because I like the gold look, but stitching gold is a real pain. It does come apart a little bit, like but that's, you know, it's still gold thread, but because it's got the white thread in with it, it really is just so soft and heaps better to sew with. So what I'm going to do is I am going to start off stitching, and that's been done. I might start it here, and I'm just going to do like a back stitch. Might be a little big, this needle, but you know, and I'm thinking it might be, but it is fairly thick thread. And I'm just going to do, on the thicker bits, I will do back stitch. Oh, don't you dare. So, not back stitch, stem stitch. So while I'm here, I am going to do a couple of little stitches here to fill in that leafy looking thing. Okay. To fill it in a little bit. Okay. Got to be really careful of my little bits and pieces. I found this in my hidden stash here. That's the blue version of that antique-y pink one that I got. Well, the red one. Okay, so that red will be gone because that's been done with a friction pen. Okay, so on this thicker piece here, and I'm going to I've put it through both, so it's held down because this is quite thin. Go back through that hole. I have to be careful because it's going to be coming undone. Actually, what I might do, I find if I go like that, it's less likely to come undone. Makes more holes in the work, mind you, but, and this hanging over just a little bit, but that's okay. I really like, I'm much happier. Like when I made this, I mean, I do love it, but it just didn't work, and I'm like, oh, all that work, and it's not working. It's just the green didn't really work, which I've got a lot of green in my other piece. So who says you can't have a couple of monograms? I think Rachel mentioned something about having a couple of monograms. So whereas that's like a real true monogram, that one with the S and the E, whereas the other one's just a really big S, and haven't sewn it completely down so I can tuck in other stuff underneath it. So okay, now I'm going to go down this way, and everything that's a little bit thinner, in order to keep that thickness, I will do a back stitch, because back stitch is not as thick as a stem stitch. Stem stitch gives it that little bit of thickness. I mean, it's a thick thread, so it still will be. Oop. Probably got too much, but I want to use some of this gold throughout. Maybe here, maybe do a little bit of gold in some of these scrolly bits, because as you can see, this is going to get done pretty quickly. So it needs a little bit more prettiness, and it definitely needs something in that spot. So it's going to be sort of like tone on tone, but with it just softer colours. More of a monochromatic monogram. So yeah, I'm really happy with that. I'm working on these pieces. I saw that Corinne was doing her, you know, like I got inspired by the one that I watched, and she's doing her mannequin as well. And I had these beautiful pieces, and been wanting to do something with it, and this is a good opportunity. But I, you know, once I sewed the extra lace bit on and all that kind of stuff, and then I put this other, I just want to really make it quite feminine and use a lot of lace. So yeah. Okay, now we're back at doing the stem stitch. So I may have to do 2 lots of stem stitch on this, because it is a bit wider than up here, but that's okay. As in, do one part and then come back and do another. Ow. Pins. Okay. I went to the op shop today, and there was a necklace, and it had because I haven't got many pearls, because I've only got my 1 lot of beads. I don't do a great deal of beading, and I wanted to get some pearls to add to this too. It had the pearls and the gold, and then there was black and gold. So if I need more of the gold, I can pull apart the black one, and the black ones would be really good for, you know, if you're doing anything and you need eyes. I used to often use black beads when I was, you know, making teddies or anything that you need with little eyes. Okay, that's going to bug me. Be careful not to cut it all off. It does twist, but it certainly is a lot easier to work with than the normal gold thread that you do. I've got another one a bit thicker, and I think that's got other thread in there, but that's a real sort of gold, whereas this is sort of a lighter gold, you know, not like a white gold, which is a lot better. I'm glad I'm using it, because it's the first time I've used this piece, and it's a special piece. So I got it from my trip in Paris. So And I'll do here. Is continue and then I'll go back to make the other part thicker. I'll just do that there, and then I may do this little leaf a different colour just to give it a bit of contrast, and maybe even just put a little bead in there. I think that would be nice. So I'm going to go back through here. Yep. And come in about here to do another stem stitch so that we can fill this up a bit. Okay. See, that was nice and quick, the actual letter anyway. So that's going to go down. Pretty. And then once I do the iron, you won't see that, so I'll finish that off. Okay. Maybe go in through there. Okay. And then we'll come in with a, what will we come in with? Still in camera? Yeah, I'll show you. Isn't that pretty? I ought to turn on the iron. Before I get in and iron it off, but not before I work on that little leaf though. Better do that first. So now I want to use some of these bits to maybe you know, have a little tiny little bits in here. I don't know whether this is appropriate. Probably too big. Okay. It's all good. Have a look what's in one of these. These are all my pinks, but I don't think there's a small enough flower in this lot. I might have to do one of those tiny little I love these. Oh, that's pretty. Maybe just sort of stick that on the top, hanging over the edge a little bit or something. Just a tiny little bit of pink coming in. So what are they called? Spider rose. That's the one. Spit it out, Susanna. Okay. Now I've got these. These are some of the bits that I put in. They're a bit big. That will go on something else. Okay. want something just a little. Oh, is this the white lot? Hang on a minute. See. These are my whites. You see something like that. And it's probably too big too. It might work. Look at this. Now that's going to go on there too, I think. And tiny little bits of ribbon. That may work. Look at this. Tiny little rows. Need something that size in white, but cream works too. By the time I do a ribbon and temp, move all this stuff. Oh, leaves. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. Okay. Give me a little stash of stuff that's going to be surrounding my piece. There we go. Little leaves. I'm thinking sorry guys. See, that might work really nice with that. Bringing that in now. I'm thinking that might be okay. And then put it underneath. These things always need three. Need something coming down there. I'm wondering if it's too big. Okay. There's a half a one. And then another leaf. Thinking it's probably a bit much. Need something lighter. This is what I was thinking. One of these. See? When you get it, you get it. Yes! That looks good. That fits there perfectly and goes right in between. And then we're going to put a little bead there. And I'm just wondering if some of these flowers might work. Okay. It's got a bigger size. It's the same flower, but it's in a bigger size. Goes underneath, and maybe use that on there like that. By the time we cut off all these little bits and pieces, see, that might work there. Like that. It's just, I think cream and white do go together. Sorry guys, I'm just cutting off little bits so that I've got all these little daggy bits hanging off. Okay. think that probably looks better in those tones, and then maybe something like that can go underneath or over the top, you know, starting the next part. I think that might work. And then I'm just going to put a bead in there as well. Okay, so in order to tie in you know, some of the creams and all that kind of stuff, pink, see that goes. Yeah, that's going to go there. Okay, I've got 2 silk ribbons on here. Okay, now won't need a great deal. You can hear my beeper going off. It's my iron beeping in the background. Okay, now I'm still recording. Yes, I'm just a bit worried that it was turned off. I do like that. That's very pretty, very soft pinky colour. So yeah, that's perfect, that one. Okay, what I am going to do is just come in through here and do a tiny little leaf. With some ribbon embroidery. I might use this for in some of the centerpieces, French knot or something like that, just to tie it in. Okay, and then come through the other piece. Do that, and then in the middle there. These are probably just too small to do lazy daisies. They just need to be coming in through like that. Beautiful, quite like that. Now, don't want it too tight, so these I'm going to I've got the iron on, so I'll iron off any residual red. Yeah, I'll give something pretty to look at while I'm doing that. Iron it from the other side. I don't want to melt it. There we go. Oh, looks pretty. Makes a big difference when you take off that red. Okay, now a little bead, and we are going to get some this thread and test out whether this will go through, whether we want that or one of the little gold ones, which may work too. Oh, that is pretty. Yeah, I'm going to do the gold. Okay. Hopefully it's in close enough, because it is pretty small work. I could probably go in, but I'm just a bit worried I may bring it forward and you won't see it at all. Okay. Yeah. Be careful of that. Don't want to see that flying. Well, that's going to go in there. Those ones. So definitely going to be using those. Okay. Come in here. And I'll go over it a couple of times. Just so it's not going anywhere. Okay. 3 times is good. I usually like to do when I'm doing a button, but then this is a real skinny little thread, so I really thought that the other one would look really good. The pearl, but the gold definitely looks good, and I'm going to put another one on top of that other leaf. Okay. Okay. I like that colour. I think it's really nice. Okay. I'm going to grab another one. I think there's a few different sizes in these ones. Not too big. This one looks a little smaller. I think I'll grab that. Yep. This reminds me of the real old-fashioned, you know, type of embroidery that they used to do back in the day. I suppose that's fit for the project that I'm creating it for. Okay, come in, pull it a bit tighter. We really want it to sit in on top of that. There we go. One more. Pretty. Part of me almost wishes I did something like that here, like sticking out here. But we'll see how we go. Sometimes you can overthink it. Less is more. Do more in the actual surrounding piece to make it stand out a little more and to hold it down. That's so pretty. Look, here you go, guys. Isn't that pretty? I really like that. So what I'm going to do, ooh, look at that, it's on the edge. There's the bead. Here we go. I'll grab it and put it back in. Better put the lid on it, wait for them to go flying. I really do think it needs something on that scrolly part, but then by the time I put this in, you may not see it. Okay. I might use a bit of a colour in the leaf. Go the same way. I think that's the right way. And that's the wrong way, but that's okay. Whether I go the wrong way and go up and down, yeah, that works. Thinking maybe I can do a French knot or something in this darker colour, and then have a look at my threads. I'm thinking this one, yes. Okay, wonder if I can use this thread here. Hopefully I'm still in camera. It's a smaller eye, but it's still a fairly big thread. Oh, I might try and use one of these. My chenille 22s just seem to work with the wonder fills. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I've got some white here somewhere as well. That I was using, but for now I am going to stitch this. And even though it's already got it on there, this is going to hold it to the piece and give you a bit more definition of the piece, because it's in a little bit of a darker colour. There we go. Just enough to be subtle. Pretty. Just got myself a drink over here. There goes my eye again. Okay. And go through the layers. There's enough of a gap in between that doing this actually works. Ugh, so many pins everywhere. Until I was working on my other one. That one has taken a fair bit of time, and this one, the actual S is quick, but everything else not so much. Okay. I'm really happy with that actually. So pretty. And those old-timey monograms were in, you know, things like this. So I might even go around here and do a lazy daisy in those bits. And maybe even just a line going around each of the daisies, still keeping that integrity of the the white. Oh, that's going to be pretty. At least it's being held down too now, which is good. Oh, it's very close to the edge. I'll be able to take out some of these pins soon, which is good. So how are we all going with our pieces that we're doing? You can't tell Corinne's influence is, influencing me, because I'm doing 2 pieces now. I mean, it's something I wanted to do anyway, like as in, it didn't take too much convincing, because I'm finally getting to use my beautiful pieces that I've got, which are good. So what I was thinking is just go one little stitch, which will hold that down. And to save on thread, I'll go up and down actually. And that's going to hold that down and give it a little bit of colour, which is good. Oh, it's pretty. Okay, quite dainty working with this stuff. Okay. Looks like it's already got something there, but I'll put something there anyway. Pardon me, my tummy is gurgling. And then go down here. And I will come across and do the same on these. Yep. Rather than going all the way across there, I'll start over there rather than wasting it. What do you think, guys? Doesn't that look gorgeous? Now, here's the closest one over here. Going the wrong way. It's my trouble. Okay. Is that right? Yeah, it's about right. Okay. Go in. I was a bit worried that this would look a bit daggy, but it actually looks pretty good. And then you've got the bit that's holding it down, which is quite nice. Okay. And then I need to have something that's actually going to hold it down to the actual piece. So this bit here will be underneath that, you know, those two little doilies that I showed you that I got on the other side. I think that was perfect. I was going to use that for this piece, but I thought, oh, they work well either side. It adds a bit of cohesiveness to the piece. So I've already got something for, you know, upcoming other prompts. Oh, I like it. Yeah, that's looking good. So I might just finish that off. And then come in on the other side. Okay. Very exciting doing these new pieces. I was amazed at how quickly some people got theirs done. It's like, what? Okay, if I start it up here, I may get to do some of that. So up, across. Yeah, you're looking on the Facebook page and I'm like, seriously? They must have, I suppose when we get it in Australia, it's really late at night, so we don't usually get it until the next day pretty much. Like, it was actually a little bit earlier this time round, so You know, I got a few bits and pieces together, but there was no way that I was able to sew anything because, yeah, because I think it was about 10 o'clock in the evening rather than 11 when it usually is. And so, but so when you guys get it when you're overseas, you get it a little bit like in the middle of the afternoon. So by the time I get up the next day, there's stuff done. You can see why, because you've had all that time. And as you can see, something like this is fairly quick. You would be able to get that done in an afternoon. So, hoping I will have it enough, but if not, that's okay. It's not like I haven't got enough thread. Gonna have to get a little bit more for this anyway. At least I'm saving it by going up and over. Okay. I don't think I'm going to have enough. I better finish it off. Okay, well, I've got a little bit left. Okay, looking good. Yeah, I'm much happier with this. Much happier with this. Suits the piece a bit better. Oh, my heater just went off. Sometimes it pulls the plug and goes off. Might have a longer piece because I'm going to have to finish that off as well. Okay. Where did I put it? Is it this one? I think so. Yes. So I'll have a look what time it is. And you've seen what's happening there. And I'm wondering whether I do a French knot in that. I'll keep that away. I'll have a look. And then I'll better turn it off and continue to stitch in the background. Oh, my Google's going on. Seriously? That's because the power's gone off and then it's re-established. Sometimes my heater overloads the system and then everything turns off. Okay. Okay, let's see. Go in the middle. Because it's a ribbon, maybe two. How does that look? That's cute. So I'll go across, even though I don't have a great deal of this. It's a heck of a lot easier than having to redo it. I think this should be enough to do all four. I'm hoping. If I stop and start again. Yeah, I think it will. Okay. Pretty. And because it is ribbon, it does give it that bigger look that I'm after. There we go. This one's sitting a little better than that one, but you know, oh well. Maybe when I iron it, it might sit a little better. Okay. Okie dokie. Yeah, probably will have enough to do two, maybe. I'll be really scabby. Okay. Well, there we go, guys. So I'll turn off the camera and continue. Then this is going to be in here, and I'll do a French knot with this in there. This will be there. That'll be sitting underneath there like that. Then maybe have that going up there. There we go. And one going up, and the other one going that way. There we go. What do you think, guys? And then, hang a minute. That'll go in there. And I'll probably have another one. Oh, shush. That's my heater letting me know I need to be turned back on. Okay, I'll put that one in there. And I reckon we could probably even have a couple or two. Have a few in there. Maybe a gold in the middle. And then really sort of go to town with the beads, or just to all have gold. I don't know. We'll see. But that will look good. Oh, hang a minute. It's rolled off. And so is that one. But you get the drift. You get the drift. Okay, well, 51 minutes. That's gorgeous. Very pretty. Very Corinne-like, isn't it? Yeah, can't I tell she's influenced me. Okay, no worries, guys. Well, thank you very much. And for the next one, that part will be sewn on, and the next prompt will be there. So the next one you see is probably going to be continuing back on that other one. So thank you very much for watching and for sticking with me, even though I changed my mind. Okay, guys, thanks for watching. Bye.